What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's time for Outside the Brand. Thank you guys so much for joining us right here on the podcast. It's time for your Monday Night Raw review. It is November 22nd, 2021. I'm your host, Phil, and this is Outside the Brand. Man, wow, here's the thing. Tonight was all about the golden egg. Who stole Vince's precious golden egg? Vince put out a mandate last night at Survivor Series that everyone from the Raw and SmackDown roster had to be on tonight's show to search for the missing egg. And so, as you can imagine, with the entire WWE for both rosters and under one roof, it got a little bit crazy. Chairs were thrown, rooms were trashed. R-Truth went into the ladies' locker room and bathroom just to try to search for it. It got nuts. It got nuts. And guys, here's the thing. I'm not even joking. R-Truth legitimately went into the ladies' bathroom just to try to search for this goddamn egg, and women were screaming. It was bad. Sami Zayn came to Vince's office and said that, hey, I saw the man steal it red-handed, so I can bring him to you if what you're saying is officially true, and you will give me a WWE Championship opportunity. Now, Vince put out at the start of the show that whoever brings me the culprit will get a WWE Championship opportunity in the main event against Big E. So, Sami Zayn's like, bet, I got you. And he brought the man that ultimately stole the egg in Austin Theory. But let's just say the championship opportunity that Vince promised did not go according to plan for Sami Zayn. But we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Loth, how the heck are you, my man? What are your thoughts on the new intro, the new background, the new logo, everything that's going on? And how was bowling tonight? Because I know you went bowling instead of watching this shit show known as Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, man. First of all, the logo, the background, everything looks splendid. I love it. New fresh feel, you feel me? Something that we can call our own. And yeah, just amazing job. But yeah, I watched bits and pieces of Raw because it was my friend's birthday today. So we went bowling. I smashed them all. I'm Loth Reigns. They all acknowledged me because I'm
nice.
So that was fun. But every time I sat down, I did check my phone, see what was going on in the show. I saw everyone running after the egg. I was like, okay. I didn't really start to get mad until I found out that he was gonna have to defend the championship literally more than 24 hours, more or less than 24 hours away from him losing his match against Roman at Survivor Series.
Right.
So, I'm telling you right now, I went live only for the main event. I got home at like 30 minutes before the show was over. I went live for the main event only because I wanted to record me breaking everything in this room if he lost that championship. Thank God he didn't. I have more to say about that later, so we'll talk about that later. But, Raw did not have my full attention tonight, and I feel like I didn't really miss much.
You didn't. You really didn't. We have two new champions.
Oh, yeah. Dana
Brooke is the new 24/7 champion, and Zelina Vega and Carmella are your new WWE women's tag team champions. But like I said, we'll go over everything that happened on the show tonight from top to bottom. If you guys have missed anything on the channel, make sure to go check out anything that you may have missed from last week. Raw, our talk with Anthony, AEW, Friday Night SmackDown and Rampage, our Survivor Series predictions, and our review of the show, all there waiting for you so that you guys won't have to miss anything. If you guys did, just go check it out. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. If we can get the stream to 10 likes, that would be greatly appreciated. With the new intro, the new background, the new logo, pretty much the entire rebrand, that deserves some likes itself. So please get that to 10 likes if you do not mind. Continue to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 300 subscribers. Last time I checked, we were at 286. So we're slowly climbing up there. And with the renovation of OTB, I think we can totally get this to the stratosphere. So hopefully we can get this to where we need it to be. Turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. Because trust me, you won't want to miss when we go live when you got this beautiful background and logo behind us. And yeah, man, just follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description. And if you want to listen to an absolute banger, the MFN Right Remix by Laugh Bash is down there in the description as well. So go click that, and you can listen to that while you listen to us. Put that on repeat. Put that shit on repeat. It's going to be a good time. But let's get into tonight's festivities known as Monday Night Raw. Tonight was fucking crazy. I don't know. I really don't know where to begin. There were so many things that questionable about tonight's show, and you honestly just can't even you can't blame me for not really trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to be talking about here. We start off tonight in Vince McMahon's office with Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce. And it's just the empty box, no egg inside. Who stole the egg? That's pretty much what everybody's trying to figure out. We saw a replay last night when Vince arrived to the arena and with the Cleopatra egg and the very expensive gift from The Rock, which was stolen. Vince isn't happy because Pearce and Deville haven't found the egg or the culprit, and he can't believe someone stole from him. Vince says that if they don't find the egg by the end of the night, Pearce and Deville are going to be fired.
Oh, man.
And Pearce says that they do think that it's a WWE superstar, and Deville says that with the security footage being as blurry as it was, we could not really make out who it was. Vince says if they can bring the culprit, they'll receive a title shot against Big E tonight. So that was that. It's just who the heck is going to be able to find this goddamn egg? I mean,
I wish no one found it. So Sonya and Adam could have got fired. That would have been Raw. That would have been great. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
But
you're all with Vince up until that point, and then you said, "Oh, WWE Championship." Ah, fuck.
Yeah, I want to say this too. We all talk about our dismay for Vince and his booking decisions, but I ain't gonna lie to you, especially me seeing that his presence and him just being him is a huge part of my TikTok. I was happy to see him just on the TV show. We haven't seen him on live TV in a long time, and last time I saw him, it was
actually kind of refreshing.
Yeah,
just to see him.
Yeah, the last time I saw him, he didn't look the best, but he looks so much better now. He looked good to see on TV. I still disagree with 99% of his booking decisions, but it was still good to see the guy looking vibrant and looking good on Raw. So that's what's up.
So,
Your mate. Yeah.
let's tell my man Nate. Randy Orton is interviewed backstage, and he was asked where Riddle was by Kevin Patrick. Orton says that Riddle could get lost in his own house, but he's never not here for a match. So he says, last time I saw him, we just beaten the Usos. Riddle and I were just celebrating after our win at Survivor Series. And then, out of nowhere, Riddle just enters the frame with a fake mustache and a fake goatee. So he says he's trying to be Randy Orton. Not be like him, but be the Viper Randy Orton. And he's even trying to talk like him, like in that low, gravelly voice and slow.
Last week more like Randy, so now he's being more like Randy.
Yeah, and he was even saying the three most destructive letters in sports entertainment. He was doing the RK, but instead of O, he said bro, because he still has to show some Matt Riddle in him. Says he told him to act like him, not be him. But Riddle tells him to hit his music, and they make their entrance together. But it wasn't the RK Bro entrance music. It was just Randy Orton. It was just Randy Orton's theme. So he was legitimately trying to cosplay Randy Orton. And he was still wearing his sandals. But instead of like kicking him off like he usually does, he kind of just like, oh well, just flips him off. And yeah, so and then he just does the T-Rex pose for Randy, and that was it. So when you see Riddle with a fake mustache and the fake goatee, I'm like, what the fuck is this? RK Bro has run its course, and I am sick and tired of people saying like this shit is funny to them. If you like this, good. Like, I mean, that's good for you. Like, who am I to tell you what you can and cannot like? You can like whatever you want. But for me, this shit is just way too old at this point.
They say I'm supposed to laugh at this, so I guess I don't know. It seems like every time I turn on the show, I was just seeing something weird. As soon as I turn this on, I see Riddle sitting there like looking like Randy. And I was like, okay, I did get a very good chuckle out of it because it looked hilarious when I first saw it.
Yeah, but we're laughing at him, not with him at this point. Before, it was laughing with him. Now it's just like, oh yeah, you're just looking like an absolute idiot. And I love Riddle. I think he's great, but
I don't know, man. They find a wrestler that has some kind of comedic value to him, and they just comedy right in your face. And the fact that their demographic is kids, the kids aren't going to remember. They're not going to acknowledge the fact that Riddle is a really good wrestler. They're just going to remember, oh, he's funny.
Yeah.
You know? So
right.
I feel like in the long run, it kind of takes away from Riddle's actual persona as a solo wrestler, because when they do break them up, whenever they do, sooner or later, so yeah, like a Santino thing, it turned into that to where Santino wasn't really the best, but he wasn't the worst. But they made him such a comedy thing after the whole IC championship run. They made him such a comedy with him putting the cobra on his hand, and they made him such a comedy thing. And just like, I don't want them to think that Riddle, because Riddle is actually amazing in the ring.
Yeah. You just look at his stuff in NXT, especially a match with Adam Cole. If you guys remember that was fucking awesome. Josh says that, to be honest, RK Bro reminds him of Team Hell No. Do you see any kind of comparison in that?
Yeah, they got the bad cop, good cop thing going on. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they just put more effort into that because Daniel Bryan and Kane was much more than just a team in the ring. They had like I know RK Bro does the backstage segments, but they were doing like full out skits like in the diner and the whole
The
anger
anger
man.
management thing, and
That was like actually funny, you know.
yeah.
It wasn't just cheap punchlines, it was actual build up and like dry humor at times because Bryan and Kane were just naturally funny together.
And they were
Riddle,
doing the I am the tag team champions
yeah,
kind of thing, and
and the
like
whole
that.
thing about getting them to hug, it was good. It was
Yeah.
well done. This is just it feels a little forced to me. I feel like both of them are better in their solo runs, especially Randy, obviously because of everything he did. But I just don't want Riddle to get the short end of the stick here, you know.
Right. Yeah. Because I think a Big E versus Matt Riddle would go huge.
Oh
I
yeah.
really would.
Aside from the fact that both of them are being treated as comedy acts right now,
Right.
so I mean,
But Riddle was on his way to the ring with Randy Orton to face Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. It was a singles match between Riddle and Dolph, and it it was okay. They actually have some really good chemistry together in the ring. I will say that. Throughout the match, Ziggler was just trying to get the fake mustache and goatee off of Riddle. And once that finally did actually happen, Riddle rushes back into the ring and Dolph catches him with a famouser or a near fall. Ziggler delivers a kick and some knees to him, but then goes to the corner and stomps and just stomps on him in the corner. But Riddle counters the super kick with a switch knee, and Riddle drops down and punches the mat like Randy, and then hits an RKO for the 1-2-3. So Riddle picks up the win, and after the match ends, Roode rushes in, but Orton intercepts him, and Orton hands Riddle his fake mustache, and then proceeds to hit a Bro Derek on Roode. Does Randy Orton. So Randy hit the Bro Derek, and Riddle hit the RKO.
Wait. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Randy did that move that Riddle does, like that flip off the top rope. I say, what?
No. That
What to say? What did I gotta go and see that? What the hell?
that's the Broton or something or whatever he calls that now. But
Oof.
the floating bro, that's what he calls it. But no, he did the Bro Derek where he pretty much got him into like a tombstone position. But then like it's pretty much like the neutralizer in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Riddle got the win. Both of them do each other's finishers, and they had a good time.
Wow.
We are backstage, and the superstars are just absolutely losing it, searching for this goddamn egg. Rhea Ripley's throwing things around, throwing chairs and couches and everything. This is where R-Truth went into the ladies' bathroom to try to find the egg, and women were screaming, and it was bad. It was Rhea Ripley, Cedric Alexander, the Viking Raiders, R-Truth. Pretty much anybody that was anybody was doing this. Yeah, so they're just trying to find the egg. You know what? I saw a tweet on Twitter. Shout out to you, JD. He's like, this must be exactly what the WWE Raw and SmackDown creative team looks like every single Monday and Friday nights.
Pretty much.
If you saw the way that everybody was acting, just running around and just panicking, that's exactly what it probably is.
was said, why in the world was Rhea trying to find it? I'm like, what is she gonna get? Like a match against Becky? Like what? I don't know.
Yeah, and he said whoever it is gets a WWE Championship opportunity. So
I guess technically that means she'll get a match against Becky. I guess, but
yeah, I mean,
it's funny still.
If you want to go that far. The Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch comes out to the ring, and we get a promo with her next. So,
Really?
Yeah. So she's in the ring, and fans are chanting her name. So great heel turn. Becky says she's had some of the biggest moments in her career here in Brooklyn. Like 3 years ago, where she slapped Charlotte across the face and became the man. Last night was a culmination of almost a decade of hurt and betrayal. She says that she wanted to maim Charlotte, and she wanted to do the same to her. And the fans loved every single minute of it. Lynch says that the chapter of her career right there is over, and it's time for something fresh and new. Lynch asks who the fans want to see next, and she floats out some of the names and said, and when she said Liv Morgan, it got a huge pop from the crowd here in Brooklyn. And Lynch says she used to care what they thought, but now she knows they're full of crap. They say they want something new, but she watched 10 women break their backs last night. And what did the fans do? They did their chants, they did the wave, and it was just ultimate disrespect from what Lynch was saying. Lynch says that she actually agrees with them, no, because none of those women have what it takes, especially Liv Morgan. And you guys are just cheering Liv Morgan now all of a sudden because she's the underdog. Lynch says Liv has won one match in 4 years, and she definitely doesn't have what it takes. She has a death grip on this championship, and nobody is going to take that away from her. Lynch poses with the belt and leaves. So, yeah, just downgrading Liv Morgan, as always, trying to get that cheap heat. And at the end of the day, Becky's just trying to do her best to try to stay the course of this heel turn. And to be completely honest, Lav, I'm going to say this. Normally when she's on the mic, it hurts. It hurts my ears.
Mm-hmm.
This time, she kind of kept it short and sweet. And she just said, yeah, no, it's not happening. She's not winning this championship. No matter what you guys think, even if you guys love her just because she's the underdog, it's not going to happen. And that's it. I mean, it sounds like a lot more from what I read, but honestly, it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was probably going to be heading into this.
Well, that's good. I mean, her best promos are when she seems focused and not focused on telling us about the credentials like we haven't been watching her since she started, you know.
Yeah.
She's straight to the point. I don't care about the whole her talking about Liv thing because that's what she's supposed to do.
Right.
But I mean, I obviously don't want her to be champion anymore, but it's probably not the matter anyway. So I don't know. I mean, I do enjoy when her promos are more so just going at one person and she seems enthusiastic about it because the thing it seems like ever since she came back, the thing that she's been most enthusiastic about is her match against Charlotte.
Yeah.
The Bianca thing, that seemed like she was half-assing it. The Liv Morgan thing seemed like she was half-assing it. And whatever script they were writing back there, it was just like, yeah, go out there and tell us about the last 7 years that we weren't watching. So, I mean, I would like to think that Liv Morgan can beat her at a chance, but then that would mean I'm giving this company hope, and I no longer give this company hope. I just watch, and hopefully I'll be surprised one day, maybe. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you're right. What she's doing with Liv right now, that's exactly what she's supposed to do. She is supposed to downgrade her so that we can all get behind her and see what can really happen. But she the thing is that I liked about this promo right here is not only she did what she was supposed to do, but in any of her other promos before any of this rivalry where Liv Morgan actually started happening, she, and you know this, Loft, because we're all just watching this together, she kept stuttering and stuttering, and she seemed like she was just trying to force out these words and force out these lines from the script instead of just actually just normally saying them genuinely. This promo right here seemed genuine, and it actually seemed like she knew what she was talking about and she knew what she was going out there to try to accomplish. This one actually felt a lot more of the Becky Lynch of old, even if it's a heel turn that still might not be our favorite. It looked a lot better than what it was in the past for previous feuds that she had.
Yeah, she's the best. Like when you have her just talking, she can do that. You know, you don't have to give her this generic heel 4 ass SmackDown versus Raw ass promo to read over and recite because she knows she doesn't want to say it. The crowd knows she doesn't want to say it. Not to mention that she's a heel, quote unquote, but the crowd freaking screams her name for the whole time she's out there. So it's like, ah, it's a whole bunch of weird stuff happening with this run. I want Liv Morgan to beat her for the championship so bad. Oh my god, I can't bring myself, like I just said, I can't bring myself to hope for it. But it would be nice. It would be nice.
So we saw a highlight package of last night's women's tag team Survivor Series match, where Bianca was the sole survivor for Team Raw after pretty much eliminating 3 out of the 4 remaining superstars from SmackDown. I say 3 out of the 4 because Sasha got counted out because everybody on Team SmackDown just said, yeah, screw it. We'll just take her out. So yeah, we saw a video package of that. Bianca was on the mic and she said, listen, I've proved now that I'm not only the BEST of WWE, but I am the fastest, the strongest, the toughest, blah, 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 blah. All the normal stuff that Bianca says on a daily basis. And Belair says, maybe now Dewdrop will find something new and better to waste her time on than to come after her. So, yeah. So she's in this feud with Dewdrop. Piper, sorry. Yeah. She's in this feud with Piper after Survivor Series. Okay. Sure. Way to use Bianca Belair.
They're the process of doing that too.
But she faced Tamina tonight.
Again?
Bianca faced Tamina again tonight in a rematch from last week.
Okay.
And I have to say, this match was doo-doo. This match was not good. Bianca won. Of course she did. But after the match, Belair gets attacked from Natalya, who was at ringside with Tamina. And Belair was just legitimately asking Natalya, what was that? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even doing this? And she gets attacked from behind again by Piper, who hits a flying crossbody before leaving with Tamina and Natalya. So there you go. I don't know if Doudrop is with Natalya and Tamina now. That's just a very weird pairing. Even though I think Natalya and Tamina are on SmackDown now, so I don't even think that really can work. I don't even know what happened. Like, Bianca could do so much more than this. We all know she can. She was a Royal Rumble winner, main event in WrestleMania 9, won with Sasha Banks, and won the SmackDown Women's Championship in said main event. And now she is now she was the sole survivor for Survivor Series last night. Does that really matter? And does that really actually add to her accolades here in WWE? No, that's just something that they're going to say for the next couple of weeks, and then that's it. But it's I don't know.
It's scaring me with the execution of Bianca, because they already put a cannonball in her run when Becky beat her. They had her just at the top of the card around WrestleMania time, and then it just all fell down for some odd reason. So, I mean, I don't like how WWE has these characters on TV, and as soon as someone comes back, or as soon as someone who has some kind of hierarchy in the company comes back or asks for a championship shot, they get thrown to the side. I hate that. And Becky coming back and Bianca being the person to take the brunt of that is still something that rubs me the wrong way, and it always gonna rub me the wrong way, honestly. So it's just I just hope Bianca is higher in the card, you know. I obviously don't want her to go against Becky anymore, because that is done. They're obviously not gonna let Bianca beat Becky at this point. So
Yeah.
you know, that's the weird thing. I don't even know what you do with her, because in the scenario in which Liv Morgan beats Becky, or if Becky retains, what are you gonna do? Have a face versus face, or have Becky and Bianca again? You know, it's just like, and there's no one on the Raw roster that you can have a legitimate feud with, because they don't even know how to build women's feuds anymore.
Right.
If they knew how. Like, it seems like the only time they knew how is when, like, Lita and Trish and Mickie James and Michelle McCool were there. That's when they actually built female feuds. But now it's just like, if it's not about the championship or about who's the prettiest, no one cares, you know?
The only way that I would see some kind of new feud going on for the Raw Women's Championship, whenever it does actually happen, for that championship match between Becky and Liv, is if you honestly just break up Rhea and Nikki.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not want another Rhea Ripley just trying to become a babyface again, just to try to get a championship off of or a heel to try to get it off of Liv, or a babyface to try to get off of Becky. But if you want more single superstars to try to get after that championship, instead of just going straight for Bianca again, because that's really the only person that we can get behind right now, that's really the only person that I can see. Because now Zelina and Carmella are tag team champions, so they can't be in the running for singles pushes.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I can't even remember who else is left on the roster. So when I can't remember all the women that are on the roster from Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's why I said that we should have merged the divisions 6 years ago. Because if you merge the divisions, you would have way more opportunities to try to go for feuds with championships, and only one women's championship to float between both brands than to just have 2 championships with a small division of 6 that can't really do anything because 2 of them are already women's tag team champions and 4 are just rinse and repeat. But no, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about professional wrestling, apparently.
I don't know. I think Rhea deserves much better too because I think Rhea is so freaking cool. I've always thought she was cool.
I think she's cool, but the thing is, the way that they're using her and the way they're booking her, that's the only reason why I lost all faith in her.
Yeah.
It's nothing against her, personally. I think she's great. She brings that intensity in the ring, and she actually has something in her that you can get behind. And obviously you have. But with her being with Nikki and just stuck in this tag team, and the way that they're booking it, I'm just not liking it. Yeah. But I definitely see everybody's point as to why she can be something.
For real.
Seth Rollins is out into the ring next, and he was supposed to face Finn Balor tonight, but when he was in the ring, he was talking about how he was the sole survivor for Monday Night Raw. And says that he did what he was born to do, put the show on his shoulders and carry them to victory. He took a few bows and the fans start singing his theme music, which is honestly pretty cool. I mean, you know his theme music by now with the O's and everything. Everybody was singing along.
That crowd was hot.
Yeah. So they were singing along to his theme music, and he says the best part is that he did it all by himself. Rollins runs down his teammates, laughing at each of them, and Balor makes his entrance for the match, and he stands right on the apron. Rollins attacks him, and Seth goes out and beats Finn Balor into the barricade before getting back into the ring. Balor fights back and sends Rollins out to the ring again and then dives over the ropes onto him. Balor runs around and drop kicks Seth, but gets caught and dropped onto the barricade. And Seth throws Balor over the announce desk and stomps repeatedly as the fans sing along to his music again. So, honestly, Rollins was really over here. Nobody was really behind Finn Balor, which was kind of shocking. Rollins lifts the steel steps and hits Balor with them, and then goes back inside the ring and hits the stomp. Rollins makes his way to the ramp, but turns and comes back down for a second stomp. And when Seth heads up to the ramp, a fan hops over the railing and tackles him to the ground. The camera immediately cuts as the fan attacks him. And we will talk about that fan because, man, I think Waff and I both have some words when it comes to that situation. So they cut away immediately, and Rollins is standing on the stage with a busted lip when we return. So, first of all, that fan needs to be banned from all future WWE events and the Barclays or just WWE events in general. This is why WWE and its employers don't like us. You need to understand that if you're a real fan of this company, you just don't do that. Nobody has. Well, no, this has actually happened a lot more than a lot of people realize. And the thing is, it's just not right every single instance. You just don't do this. You can't. It not only brings a bad light onto us as fans, but it brings out a bad light into WWE. I hope that this fan gets reprimanded. I hope that this, honestly, I hope WWE woke up from this and says, like, all right, we obviously still need to boost our security, even with everything going on right now. This was just not right, and I completely am against this in every sense of the words.
Yeah, man. I was on the way home. I was watching Nate's live, and I saw it, and I was like, "What?" And thank God Nate has DVR because he rewinded it, and we definitely saw it again. I was like, "Okay, he definitely came from the other side of the arena and gave him a whole edge spear." That was crazy. Yeah, man. I don't understand why you would pay to get kicked out of every WWE arena or at least Barclays. I don't know why you'd pay to do something like that. I don't know if this was a premeditated attack, like he went there with the intention of giving Edge a spear. I mean, give himself a spear. I don't know.
Even if it was premeditated or not, it just should not have happened.
It's crazy. That's why it threw me off. I'm like, ain't no way he just, you know what? I'm done, and just gets out of the seat and sprints over.
Commentary was trying to figure out who it was, thought it was an actual superstar, but then as soon as they cut away, they knew. It was like, oh, okay, shit. Yeah. Let's talk about something else now. Like,
that's nuts. At least Seth is okay because that could have gotten much worse. And that fan better be happy that Seth is like somewhat of a nice wrestler because I can guarantee you, he tries to run up on like Brock Lesnar or something like that. He probably will not be having the greatest time right now.
Remember when a fan attacked Bret Hart in his Hall of Fame speech or whatever?
Yeah.
And I think it was Cash Wheeler now in AEW, but that's pretty much FTR when they're in WWE. Cash like literally popped the motherfucker in the head. Like he legitimately punched him.
That's what you did. I don't know why you would even think to try to tackle a professional wrestler. Like, why would you?
Like,
why?
The fan attacked Bret Hart, and for the retribution of everything, Cash Wheeler. I can't remember his WWE name. What were their names? Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. That's it. Yeah. Dash Wilder. He's just like, yeah, you know what? For what you did to him, boom, he just punches him right in the face. And I'm like, good on you, Dash. Good on you. Like, that guy deserved it. And like now that guy is reprimanded. I hope this guy gets reprimanded, and he should not be allowed in the Barclays or any WWE event moving forward. This does not show any good light to any of us fans here in WWE. This is why I don't really like being called a wrestling fan, is because of shit like this.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I don't like Roman Reigns, I will never get up out of my seat and try to tackle that man.
Right.
Like, just like the wrestling stuff aside, why would you even do that? Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. Like, why you would even try something like that, you know?
And the thing is, guys, there's a difference between being a heel and actually being a dick outside of this company.
Yeah.
Seth was just being his heel character in this and what he was supposed to do.
The guy was not playing. That's crazy.
There's a difference between being a heel and a dick.
I just want to. They should have gave him an interview backstage with that dude. I'm like, hey, with Kevin Patrick. I'm like, hey, why did your dumb ass decide to do that? You know, why would you decide to put your whole freaking life in the hands of that? Like, why?
And the thing is, a second guy got ejected from the arena too.
For what?
There was a guy in a yellow hat that apparently almost did the exact same thing. He almost went right after him.
For Seth too?
Him being Seth.
Oh, they don't like him. That's crazy.
So some guy went after him, the first guy, He got taken out of the building, and then some guy in a yellow hat almost did the exact same thing, so he got eliminated too. Like, guys, what are you doing?
Y'all gotta calm down, man. It's not that deep.
Like,
it's just a TV show, man.
And the thing is, both of the videos are on Twitter, so you can easily find them. I can't show them here because, hey, you know what? I'm gonna, as much as I hate these guys, I'm gonna respect everyone's privacy for either taking the video or just being here, doing this.
Last night, during the Becky and Charlotte match, Charlotte threw Becky's like head over the barricade, and this guy like kind of like grabbed Becky's head for like a split second. He was wearing a Mets jersey. He grabbed it for a split second, and he like looked at the camera because he knew he messed up. I was like, I thought they were about to kick him out. It was an accident, but it just looked bad in the moment.
Yeah.
But, like,
and I saw that too. Wow. Yeah, I remember that.
He looked so afraid, and I'm like, I know it wasn't like intentional, like he wasn't trying to hurt her or nothing, but it just looked bad in the moment because he looked freaking guilty, and it looked bad. But I definitely didn't expect something like this to happen tonight because that was out of the blue. For real.
Point is, guys, just be respectful of these professional wrestlers, because at the end of the day, whether you tweet about the show like I do live tweets every single week, or whether you legitimately attend the shows, these guys are people too. These guys are just human beings, just trying to live their lives, just trying to put on a show for all of us. Even if the show sucks, they try to provide us with entertainment, and it's up to us to just show respect to them, no matter how badly the show goes or how great the show is. Just be respectful. That's really all. And yeah, so there's that. And we can move forward with everybody's backstage again, just looking for this goddamn egg. Sami Zayn is in Vince's office, and he asks why he's here. Zayn says that he wants to clarify that he knows some details about who the person is, but he also wants to clarify that if he brings the culprit to him, that he will get a championship opportunity. And Vince ultimately just does confirm it. Zayn says he knows who took it. He's almost certain, 95% sure. And Vince tells him to bring them into his office. Zayn says that they aren't in the building quite yet, but he will know. He will know as soon as they arrive. So there you go. Kevin Owens is backstage with a flashlight looking for the egg. So he's trying to be a good Samaritan too. He gets stopped for an interview and asks why he abandoned his team last night. Owens brushes it off and says that he's like, listen, I don't care about that right now. I'm just looking for this egg. And it's a pretty big deal. But if he isn't the one to bring it to Vince, he'll be paying close attention to who does. The Street Profits took on AJ Styles and Omos next. Wow. Again.
Yay.
And it was winner by disqualification because Dawkins pulls out a bag with a fire extinguisher in it and just sprays it on AJ and Omos. So AJ and Omos won by disqualification. Cool. And after the bell, Styles springboards at Dawkins, but gets sprayed with the extinguisher again, and the Profits just hightail it with Omos being furious. So just get AJ away from Omos. God damn it. I can't take it.
Please, man. Please.
if you're just going to have a match just to end in a disqualification, why does it need to be here? Like,
Wait, did they acknowledge the fact that Omos is like Mr. Royal Rumble or wherever the fuck when he won that Battle Royal
no,
last night?
no, they
Okay,
didn't
great.
acknowledge anything.
Okay, great.
He probably just had his pizza last night and that was it.
That's nuts. Pizza time.
Queen Zelina Vega and Carmella are interviewed backstage about their tag team championship opportunity tonight. Carmella says that they're not concerned. Their only concern is with Rhea Ripley, not Nikki A.S.H. So Ripley has been carrying that team, but they'll overpower her with their beauty and their brains. And they'll be the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. So it was a pretty basic, generic promo backstage. And after that, we actually had the match. So we had the Women's Tag Team Championship match. And I have to say, Rhea Ripley and Nikki, they legitimately have an entrance now. So as soon as they lose the championships, they legitimately get like their entrance on point. So great job. Once you actually finally give them a real entrance, they lose the titles. But in any case, Ripley chases Carmella around the ring, but she has to get inside the ring to break up a pinfall by Zelina Vega after hitting a code red. Carmella then super kicks Rhea outside the ring and goes for another super kick, and she hits it, but it hits Rhea Ripley's head into the ring post, which looked brutal. She had her hand up so that she can catch herself. That way she didn't actually hit her head on the post, but still, it looked fucking brutal. That's the one thing I like about Rhea Ripley the most, is that she at least has the intensity within her to actually take something like that. So good on Rhea for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So Nikki grabs Carmella by the hair and drags her onto the apron, but Zelina attacks her. Carmella super kicks Nikki, and then Vega hits another code red for the 1, 2, 3. And we have new women's tag team champions. So there you go. I mean,
yeah, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
Cool. I mean, as soon as I saw the match was announced, I was like, they're about to twist the titles. And I mean, I could care less really, because it's just like, hopefully Carmella and Zelina can make these championships worth something, because I feel like they haven't been worth anything since like Sasha and Bayley had them. And
you know how long ago that was, dude?
Yeah, it's nuts. I thought about that when I was watching the match. I was like, wait a minute. These championships, like that was a long time ago. So like, seeing that now is nuts. But hopefully they can make these championships more, because I only know 2 teams that you can really send this title back and forth to, unless they just start to pair random people up with each other again. But I'm happy.
So they were the first ever tag team champions back in 2019 in February at the Elimination Chamber, only reigning at 49 days when they lost it to the Iconics.
Mm-hmm.
And then their second reign was in May of 2020 for holding it for 86, which they lost it to Shayna and Nia at Payback of that year. So it's very strange, and apparently now these championships are yeah, I should realize that now, because before they were for the Raw, SmackDown, and NXT brands, but now with NXT having their own women's tag team championships, this is only for Raw and SmackDown. Natalya and Tamina held it for 129 days, and Nikki and Rhea only held it for 63, and now Carmella and Zelina Vega are the 12th reign in the championship's history. I don't know what they can really do here with this. I've been telling you guys this for years. Well, pretty much. Well, yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, it's been years. Just get rid of the titles. Zelina and Carmella aren't going to do shit with them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I put my utmost faith into Zelina and Carmella because it kind of feeds more into my Raw and SmackDown power imbalance thing because this too, they're treating Zelina like a queen, but they're treating Xavier like a court jester, you know. So it's just like again, if it's they always are out there to make Raw look better unless you're Roman Reigns. So it's like I thought about that when Zelina was walking out. I was like, she still has the queen gimmick, and I'm like, Xavier Woods got it taken from him by the guy who was already Universal Champion. So like, it's like why in the world, you know? But it's Raw, I guess.
So Vince is sitting in the office with Sonya Deville, and she rushes in and says that they found the person who stole the egg, and Pierce is bringing them in right now. Pierce and Deville and Sami are in Vince's office after a commercial break, and they just bring in Austin Theory, who actually has the egg with him. So yes, Austin Theory was the egg stealer. McMahon asks why he did what he did, and Theory says, look, all he wanted was just to take a selfie with the egg, but there was so much security and everything else, he just got scared and he bolted. Vince asks for proof of the selfie, and Theory pulls out his phone and shows him the legit selfie. Vince says that Sami did a lot to get Theory in here, but he admires Theory's gumption, and so he is getting the championship opportunity tonight against Big E. He says he reminds him a lot of himself back in the day. So yes, Theory, you get the shot against Big E. Zayn loses it and says Vince promised him the match, but Vince tells him to shut up and just to get out of my office. Nobody likes a snitch. And that was it. So that's how Austin Theory got the shot, even if he stole the egg from Cleopatra, from The Rock, that was worth over $100 million. So that's how they do it.
I remember last night, I was like, oh my God. Everyone's like, hey, Rock has it. And I'm like,
this is The Rock that has it. It's Brock Lesnar that has it. No. It's Austin Theory.
Would I have liked that? Probably better, because I mean, Austin Theory grabbing it gave me the split second thought that maybe, just maybe, Theory would win the championship tonight, and I was going to snap. But oof, thank God, because man, it would have been over. It would have been over.
You know, the only reason why I watched Monday Night Raw tonight was just to see how bad this egg storyline got, right?
I understand. I totally forgot it was occurring until I saw everyone running around.
I mean, Monday Night Football was on tonight. I know it was the Buccaneers versus the Giants. The Giants at halftime were only losing by 7. It was 17-10 at half. First of all, I was shocked that it was that close. Second of all, I mean, they the Buccaneers won 30-10, so they didn't even score a point in the second half. Did the Giants? So good on you, Giants. But yeah, this was the only real reason I was watching Monday Night Raw tonight, was because I wanted to see how bad this egg storyline got, and man, did it get bad! Like, But yeah, 24/7 championship is up next, man. Reggie defends against Cedric Alexander, and winner and new 24/7 champion Cedric Alexander. But not for long. As soon as the match ends, the 24/7 title geeks with Dana Brooke for some strange reason. Dana Brooke was the only woman in there, but she was there in the 24/7 title geeks parade. And Deville hits a blockbuster off the ropes to Cedric Alexander and pins him. Dana Brooke is your new 24/7 champion. None of the men went to attack Brooks because, well, people apparently just don't know the rules when it comes to the 24/7 championship, even when it's an intergender championship. So she just poses with the championship and they just watch her leave. Which, the men have pinned women before for this championship, so I don't know why everybody was just standing there having a good old time watching her leave. Like, you've pinned women before for this, so this made no sense. So we watch a replay of Bobby Lashley beating Rey Mysterio last week, and the Mysterios are backstage. Dominic says that he's sorry for not intervening, and Rey tells him Lashley isn't the first monster that he's come across with, so it's fine. But tonight, they can work together as a team to take him down. And when we came back, Dana Brooke had an interview saying that she'll defend this championship with honor, and she'll live her life as a champion 24/7. She did the thing off.
Boo.
Yeah. Mysterios came to the ring and Lashley is waiting. So Lashley, as the 1 in the 2-on-1 handicap match, got the jobber entrance. So great. Bobby Lashley got a jobber entrance on Monday Night Raw. So before the match starts, MVP grabs a microphone and says that he respects the hell out of Rey. He's a giant in this industry, but not like everybody thinks. But as a father, he leaves a lot to be desired. Rey has faced a lot of monsters, but none like Lashley. So what is he going to do with Dominic in the Hurt Lock? When Rey goes home, he'll have to explain to his wife why Dominic is injured, as she is disgusted. And he legitimately gave Rey a note card with his number to give to Angie. So, absolute dick move by MVP. And we had the 2-on-1 handicap match between Rey and Dominic Mysterio. Booyaka Booyaka 619. Booyaka Booyaka. Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus Bobby Lashley. This honestly was a lot better than I thought. They actually gave Dominic and Rey some good time here with Bobby Lashley. And at the end of it all, of course, Bobby Lashley did get the win by Lashley hitting a spear on Rey Mysterio, but then applying the Hurt Lock to Dom, and Dominic immediately taps out. This was actually a lot better than I thought it was. It got a lot more time than I thought it was going to, and honestly, the right winner did come out on top, but man, we all thought that Dominic and Rey were going to have this story as to where somebody was going to turn on the other, and it hasn't happened yet, so I don't even know if it's actually really going to happen.
Huh. I mean,
maybe this could have been the catalyst, but they were fine after this. I mean, everybody was laid out anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
so nobody could be mad at each other.
I hope this is done now. I hope that was a blow off, because I don't see the significance in this storyline. But I mean, I'm happy he got some TV time because I still think Rey Mysterio deserves a lot more TV time than he's gotten these past few months, I would say. But cool, I guess. I don't really care about this at all. Cool,
Yeah.
yes.
So we're almost very near. Oh, actually, no, we're not. Damn. How long? Okay. We have 2 more matches to go. It just looked like there was a lot more to go. Because Biggie had an interview saying, yeah, Austin Theory is a very young dude, but at the end of the day, he's just going to retain the championship, and he'll be feeling pretty damn good after the fact that he does. So there you go. Liv Morgan is interviewed after we come back from a commercial break, and she barely can get a word out before Becky Lynch interrupts her. So there we go. We get to see Becky Lynch again. And Lynch says last night Liv underperformed again. And she was on a team full of winners, and she failed. Which takes her back to Money in the Bank, where everyone was rooting for her. And she got her fingers on the briefcase to ultimately get knocked off. And Becky says that it was Nikki A.S.H who won the match and got the title that Liv will never have her hands on. Liv says that she believes that she touched the title last week, if she's not mistaken. And at the end of it all, Liv says that, and Becky says, yeah, you did, but she lets kids touch the championship every day when she does her signings, but they're still not the champion. So Becky says Liv let everyone down, including her family, and Liv looks like she was about to cry, but Becky mocks her until Morgan punches Becky right in the face and then walks off. So I don't know what's really going on here. They're trying to make Liv like this sympathetic babyface, which is obviously working because everybody loves her. But this right here, she was doing so well. Becky was doing so well tonight. This one felt really forced. Or really, this one felt like it was just not in her character whatsoever. When she was in the ring, great. But this one, she lost me. She did. I don't know what happened between then and now. I really don't.
They gave her more stupid things to say. Pretty much. That's what it seems like. I think.
Yeah.
I was happy that Liv punched her dead in her mouth. I was tired of talk. And it was a nice little touch having Liv look like she's about to cry. My queen's a actor as always. But yeah, I mean, shit. I want the match now. I know we're probably gonna have to wait for a little bit.
Were you home at this point? So you saw this?
Yeah, I was home at this point.
Okay.
I was. I don't know. I think my spider senses went off, and I knew Liv was going to be on the screen soon, so I had to rush to my iPad. But I definitely saw this. But yeah, I mean, I want this match to happen just so I can get this off my head because I'm extremely nervous.
Yeah, everybody is like, when the heck is this thing going to happen so we can try to get this over with? If she's going to win the championship, great. But if she's not, I kind of want to just get it done so we don't have to live with it for the rest of our lives.
Exactly. Like I'm tired of the anticipation because I know what I feel like is going to happen because WWE hates us. But I just want it to be over with at this point. They have a really good chance. They have a really good opportunity to do something cool with this, especially with her like being about to cry and all that stuff. They have a really cool opportunity to do something like interesting, but we'll see. Yeah, Quincy, I was live for only the main event because I literally just got home when stuff started happening as far as like the show. But I was only live for about 20 minutes when the main event started.
Yeah, his friend had a birthday today, and they all went bowling, which really is a lot of fun. I've been to just birthdays where we all just said, "Hey, you know what? Fuck it, let's go bowling."
Yes.
That's always a fun time when you're just with friends and you're just bowling, having a fun time, chugging a few beers or whatever the heck you're doing. It's a fun time. So
well, yeah, I could have did that. I'm 21. I could have did that. Damn. I was completely sober. I was focused on winning. I wanted to win. Okay.
But up next off, we had a United States Championship Open Challenge. So Damian Priest is trying to be like John Cena, but
don't you ever say that to me again?
It wasn't obviously working in that way. But when you hear United States Championship Open Challenge, you just automatically think of that man.
Yeah.
So the man that was going to accept the Open Challenge was Apollo Crews.
Apollo.
But Sami Zayn comes out of nowhere and he says, "Listen, no, this isn't happening. This is the conspiracy that was happening to me all along. All right." Vince said that I was going to get a WWE Championship opportunity if I got the culprit from the egg. And he said no. So, if anybody is going to take this opportunity for the United States Championship, it's me. It's me. No disrespect to you, and definitely no disrespect to you when he was looking up at Commander Aziz. But he's like, yeah, no, get out of here. This is my opportunity. And Damian's like, whatever. Come on. Get in here. You guys get out. It's time for Sami Zayn and Damian Priest. And honestly, it wasn't all that bad. I mean, I really don't think so. I mean, the match was kind of a little bit short. I kind of wanted to see where they actually could have gone, but it wasn't all that bad. Zayn snaps Damian over the top rope, then chokes him onto the middle rope before grouting the United States Championship. Zayn wears it over his shoulder and talks trash to Priest, who looks furious at this point. Priest kicks Zayn back and batters him into the corner, then chokeslams him and hits the Reckoning for the 1, 2, 3, and Damian Priest retains the United States Championship. I mean, Damian was going to retain, as always, but I'm honestly kind of glad that they kind of gave Sami Zayn this little bit of a rub here, because really they kind of fixed their mess in a little way, because Sami Zayn was supposed to get a WWE Championship opportunity, and because Vince just said, yeah, no, screw you, get out of my office, he's like, yeah, all right, fine. Let's do this open challenge instead. And there you go. They tried to clean it up, but was it the best way to do it? Not really, but they tried.
I mean, I don't know why. I don't know what was the point of having Apollo come out just to say no.
Yeah, he did say no, didn't he? Like,
yeah. I'm like, okay, why would you come out then? It's kind of like, why? But I'm always happy to see Sami. I do like Sami. His characters have been a little bit iffy, but he's an amazing wrestler, and I need him to change his finisher to the Blue Thunder Bomb, because one of the best moves he has in his moveset.
The Blue Thunder Bomb should always be the finisher. I always believed that the Helluva Kick should be the setup for the Blue Thunder.
That would be, if that's executed the right way, and I know Sami knows how to, that would be freaking awesome.
Because the Helluva Kick, it looks great, But then as soon as you hit the haluva kick and you just grab him, like they turn around after the haluva kick and they're just walking backwards. You grab him from behind and you do the Blue Thunder. Dude, come on.
That would be beautiful.
The execution would be great. And Sami Zayn is obviously a great person to do that with. So
yeah,
I would love to see it. But somebody asked in the chat earlier, isn't Apollo Crews American? Well, wasn't Apollo American? Yes. But now he's Nigerian. So
now he's Nigerian.
Yeah. He's a Nigerian guy now. I don't know. He's actually been this Nigerian character for a little bit now, but yeah. This accent he's obviously putting on. He's obviously putting it on. You can I mean, you can't tell then. I don't know. But yeah. He is, and he's just doing this for the character. I don't know, man, but Damian won, and at the end of it all, we have a WWE Championship main event between Big E and Austin Theory. And honestly, this match, I love Austin Theory in the ring. I do. I think he's great. This match was pretty damn good for the time that it got. Seth Rollins is out there. Kevin Owens is out there. I mean, Sami, Seth didn't have the contract with him, so as soon as he didn't have the contract with him, I kind of knew that he wasn't gonna cash in the thing. But there you go. Big E retains the championship after Kevin Owens rolls Seth into the ring, and he rolls back out to argue with him. Theory is watching them both, just distracted, which made no sense, but that's always how they do these things here. And he just watches them argue, and then Big E just grabs him and hits a big ending for the win. Big E was always going to retain this championship here, no matter who stole the egg. But at the end of it all, Theory looks great here. And even though a lot of people hate Corey Graves and the way that he commentates, what he was saying about Austin Theory is true. This kid can be the future of this company and this brand if they really get behind him. The man is absolutely fantastic in the ring. He knows what he's doing. He can get the crowd behind him, or he can get the crowd to hate him. He's only 24 years old. This kid can be something. I don't know if that's what you see whenever you look at Austin, but that's what I see. I think you can see a kid that clearly has it in the ring, and I just hope they can figure out some way to utilize him moving forward, because he's an absolutely amazing talent.
I'm gonna say this. Putting my bias aside, because I think every wrestling fan has fans bias. Just they love.
Yeah, that might be a bias for me because I like Austin so much. But yeah,
I'm gonna say this only because I just think I have very strong feelings about the way Big E has been treated as WWE champion.
Yeah.
And me not wanting Austin Theory to win tonight, that doesn't mean that I don't see the actual potential in him, because he's an amazing wrestler. I'm watching this match, I'm like, he's actually freaking amazing. Like, he was doing a good job. But it's just like, I think you can have a better way of giving him opportunity. Like, he can. I have no problem with him being a champion. I love the fact that this seems like WWE is putting more effort into their younger stars, because that's what we've been asking for a long time now. But just the whole comedic thing with the whole selfie stuff, and it's just like, you can do this the right way. If you want to have him be champion, I'm cool with that. Just do it the right way. Don't have him beat a newly crowned WWE champion on a random episode of Raw. Make him a little bit tweak his character a little bit, not too much, just tweak it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? His in-ring work is just the character and the placement of the character. You know, because you can have a wrestler that's so well ready to be a champion, but if you time it wrong, if you execute it at the wrong time in the wrong place, it's gonna get rejected. You know, and I think WWE kind of lost that in their mind because they think, oh, the fans like them, let's make them champion. There's certain ways you go about this stuff. You know, there's certain ways you go about pushes. There's certain ways you go about winning matches. So yeah, for the future, Austin Theory is definitely a front runner for being someone who can bring this company into the next generation. But it just didn't make much sense to do it directly tonight. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was cool. You know, it was a cool match. I'm more than happy that he won. Ecstatic that Seth didn't cash in, and hopefully we can get to treating E a decimal of how Roman's been champion. So
Big E has only been WWE champion for around 70 days now after he cashed in on the September 13th episode of Monday Night Raw in Boston against Bobby Lashley. We all know how that went. Day one doesn't happen until January 1st, which is around 5 weeks away. Austin Theory got his championship match tonight, so they don't really need to do anything with him moving forward when it comes to the WWE title. It's up to Big E, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens. Now, Seth Rollins has to cash in this championship contract at least in December. Because if you're doing this championship contract, you're doing this soon, you're cashing it in, and whether you're cashing it in to have him win the championship or to ultimately lose to get another shot at day one with Kevin Owens in a triple threat, you gotta make it work somehow. Because I fully believe right now we're getting this triple threat at day one. With the way that everything's been going on with Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, with the way that they were going at it tonight, and Big E pretty much being the center of things here with the WWE Championship, a triple threat is probably the only way that you can go, and that has to happen at day one because there is no December pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So, question is, do you agree with that sentiment, or do you want to see something else happen between the two? Between the three, when it comes to the day one pay-per-view instead of that triple threat.
I'm cool with Seth cashing to win it because I don't see the reason for giving Seth Rollins another WWE Championship reign at all. It just doesn't seem like something that makes sense. I don't know why we insist on doing the whole repeat champions thing when his character has really changed so much from when he was champion last. I don't think certain superstars who in the past 5 years, I don't think they deserve to have a championship run in that short of a time coming back. Because it's like it doesn't make good for the people who are the champion at the moment. Because like as soon as we have a champion that never won the belt like Big E, as soon as that even occurs, we have Seth Rollins coming out here and just wanting to take that away when it's like, why aren't all the other champions being treated that way, you know? Why is it only E on Raw that's being treated in this way? It's just it's a power imbalance. I feel like I said that a lot tonight, but it's just a huge power imbalance between the both shows. And I'm not completely against Seth Rollins being champion, but I've already told y'all that I think Seth Rollins is better when he's fighting for the championship, not while he has the championship. But
right, yeah.
I just think E deserves a lot more respect as a champion because as soon as he won it, people were booking him how to lose it. But
yeah,
the moment the idea of Roman losing it comes into someone's mouth, it's just like you just called their mom the worst name in the book. So it's just like, why is this such a difference, you know? And it never used to be like that. Like the World Heavyweight Champion and the WWE Champion, when they had the big gold belt and the spinner belt, those two belts were held in damn near the same manner because they're
right. Yeah.
two championships, you know? You never saw like if Edge was champion on SmackDown and I don't know who the fuck was champion during that time, but it's like there was never that much of an imbalance. And I understand that you're pushing Roman, but damn, push E2. You know, he has the belt.
Yeah.
And anytime you ask somebody, they're like, it just feels like E is just a guy with the belt. And that shouldn't be the case because E isn't just a guy with the belt. He's the WWE champion. You know, Roman's not just a guy with a belt. He's the universal champion, and he gets treated as such because he deserves it. But you do not have E get so much less of the attention just because he's on the opposite show and he doesn't appeal to the demographic as much. I guess like I don't know what the difference is. I don't know what they see in Roman that they don't see in E, and anything that they don't see in E, I feel like that can be taught because E's been here for a long time and he's evolved in many different levels. You know, like why would you give him the championship just to give it to somebody who's already had the opportunity? Seth Rollins has been WWE champion. He's been Universal champion. He's had that spot at the top. Can someone else have it? You know? It's just it annoys me. It annoys me to no end because he doesn't deserve that.
I completely agree. Like you said earlier, this power imbalance between Raw and SmackDown and the world champions rather, on these shows is completely apparent. You can totally see with your own eyes that the WWE Championship is nowhere near the importance than the Universal title. The WWE Championship used to be the title in this company. Heck, it's named after the company itself, the WWE Championship. The Universal Championship was only created because when I don't even know what the heck it was the Shield Triple Threat, I believe, right? I believe it was the Shield Triple Threat where it was Dean Ambrose, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and something else at What happened, guys? What made the WWE Championship go over to Friday Night SmackDown? Because Dean Ambrose won it. And the Universal Championship had to get created because there was no championship on Monday Night Raw.
I'm about to call sorry.
Like, there was no championship on Monday Night Raw. I know that. So the Universal Championship just got created. Let me look that up.
God, that's such a blurry time for me. They're focusing on the Universal Champion more. They should call it the Universal Wrestling Entertainment. They probably will change it one of these days.
It was a triple threat match at Battleground. That's it. So WWE Battleground.
That's discontinued, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Battleground, I believe, 2016. Yeah, it was Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins to Shield triple threat for the WWE Championship. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins were drafted over to Friday Night not SmackDown. They were drafted over to Monday Night Raw. Dean Ambrose was the only one for SmackDown. The WWE Championship at the time was really the only championship on the shows because at this time the brand split was just starting to happen. And then when the WWE Championship got moved over to Friday Night SmackDown because Dean Ambrose, the only person on SmackDown in that match, won it, they created the Universal title. And that's why Seth Rollins and Finn Balor faced off at SummerSlam to become the first ever Universal Champion. Now I remember everything. So yeah, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor fought for that championship to become the first champion. And that's when Finn had to relinquish it in one day because he got hurt and all that.
Yeah.
But regardless, at the end of the day, the Universal Championship and the WWE Championship are two completely different spectrums. And it shouldn't be because they're both world championships in this company and deserve to have the respect the same as each other. Big E is great. We all know Big E is great. But when people are saying that he's just another champion, that's a problem. And then you got guys like Roman Reigns, who's legitimately a god right now, who's not going to hold who's going to hold the championship for a lot longer than people really want him to. And now everybody that used to like this Tribal Chief character is turning sour on him because, hey, at this point, it's getting old and he's beating everybody. So what the heck is really going to happen here? Who is really going to beat the guy? And now we're all just waiting. We're all just waiting for it to happen, but oh god. Okay, we're back. And now we're just waiting for it to happen, but it's just we're just here. We're just here. So it's just a thing. But at the end of the day, that's just how things are working right now in this company. And I admit it sucks, but it's just how things are. And I don't like it as much as anybody else. I really don't. But it's not me that's booking the stuff here, guys. And as much as I would love to give you guys what everybody wants, it's just not up to me. It's not up to really us. It's up to everybody. What we can do is only as much as we can. We can get behind these guys as much as possible, but at the end of the day, just gotta see what happens. We just gotta see what they have planned for us. And I have to say, what Daniel Bryan said all those years ago when he was the plainest champion was true. Everybody in this fan base is fickle. No matter what anybody says, the entire wrestling community is fickle because once you see something and you get it and you have it for a little bit, I'll admit it, we turn on people like crazy. Look what happened with Roman. Look what happened with Seth. Seth especially. Seth, remember when Seth was going at it with Brock Lesnar? Everybody loved that Seth Rollins won the Rumble going after Brock, and once he won the championship, everybody turned sour on the man. Everybody started booing him. They were just doing this and that and the other.
It's just like, I understand because I have my own fickle moments. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be stupid in saying I don't.
Yeah.
I just always felt like it was more of a thing where we don't really change our minds about shit until WWE gives us something and then changes it, because we can ask for. It's like you can go to a pizza place.
We asked for Seth that year. We did.
Yeah, it's like you can go to a pizza place and ask for pizza, right? But if the pizza isn't cooked the way you like it, but you didn't specify that to the chef, you're gonna be like, oh, I don't want this. I'm not paying for this. It's kind of like the thing with WWE does. We ask for a wrestler to be pushed, and they'll push him. You said push, okay. They'll push him to the moon with no freaking way of coming back down. So it's like, yeah, we're fickle in our own sense, yeah, but it's like part of that is because WWE likes to give us something and then change it at the last moment. But then when we call them on it, they say, "Oh, but we gave you what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
We gave you the pizza, you know." But they switch it right at the moment, at the last moment, and they try to hide it. And I hate when WWE changes stuff and then they try to hide it as if we can't see. Don't insult my intelligence because
Right.
a lot of things, but I'm not stupid, you know. And it's just like you have so many amazing people in this company that you can have pushed, you know. Like it'll be like obviously Jeff is my favorite wrestler of all time. But if they I want him to be pushed, obviously. But if they push him to where he's winning every match by spraying everyone with some Bath and Body Works perfume and then rolling them up, I'm gonna get mad. I'm like, first of all, wait. I asked you for a push, and you pushed him, but now you have him doing something stupid, and that's not what certain wrestlers deserve. They deserve so much more than just getting the
Right.
WWE push, you know. Because the WWE push, they will never give you what you want. They will always alter it. So if it comes out good or bad, they can get all the credit to themselves. You know, they just like the whole Triple H thing. They don't want anyone from NXT or the last generation of NXT to have any real success because that would mean Triple H gets the praise, not Vince, not
Right.
everyone else. So it's like it's a really weird thing with this company. Sometimes they do certain things and they act like we don't see, but we see, and the whole Roman Reigns thing. We can talk about that for a whole 3-hour podcast. Because I would love to just one day just get into that because there's so many layers of what Roman Reigns is now and how we got here, and it's just like seeing how badly booed he was when they had that Royal Rumble here, and he lost. When he won that Rumble and Rock came out to like stop the booing. How we
And
got
they were booing The Rock.
yeah, and they booed freaking Rock like. You know how mad people have to be to boo Dwayne. You know, like
Yeah.
that's nuts. So like
Yeah.
you have that, and now it's being completely flipped on its head to where now Vince and Roman have been like in this cahoots kind of thing, which obviously they are, but it's just like now Roman is being as if he will never lose another match ever. You know,
Yeah.
and in that sense, it's still bad because you can build up all the young stars that you want to, but if you have people no longer interested in the product because they know what's going to happen, that's when you know that your company is breaking apart. Because now you have people not even wanting to watch anymore because they already know what's going to happen. There's no use in doing predictions and hoping for shit because you already know Roman wins, LOL. And you can't and you can't book it. You can't. I mean, you can't really compare it to like a John Cena kind of thing because Cena used to get his ass whooped and then still win. Roman barely gets his ass whooped. The last time I saw him get his ass whooped was probably like the Kevin Owens match, and he still won that. You know.
Yeah.
So it's just it's weird, but I could talk about Roman Reigns for so long.
And honestly, with us not really doing NXT tomorrow, I'd be totally down to go over everything tomorrow night.
Anthony coming tomorrow?
I think so. I'll contact him tomorrow to see if he can actually come over. He said usually with the Tuesdays and everything, if we were down to talk with him, he'd be down. So I think that it would actually work. But yeah, I'll make sure to contact him and see if we can actually get that going. Because I honestly really like to talk about the whole Roman Reigns situation just in a podcast alone. Because I want to get everybody else's thoughts on this. Because
Chad, do y'all want that? Y'all want to? There's a big Roman Reigns talk tomorrow. Just like
Because at the end of the day, like this entire Roman Reigns Tribal Chief storyline, it started out great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you liked it from the beginning, but I certainly did. I loved how everything was going on when Roman just started with Paul, and
it was awesome when he came back.
Yeah, like it was great. Trying to get like the Usos to fall in line and everything. Well, really only one because the other one was out with an injury.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he came back and everything, just trying to get him to fall in line and all that. Like it was great just trying to get everybody to fall in line. And even from the first opponents for Roman and the Universal Championship, it was great seeing Kevin Owens getting an opportunity, Cesaro getting an opportunity, and many more down the line. And now, when everybody got beat on Friday Night SmackDown from that roster, then and only then, that's why we had this champion, but why we had this draft in the first place, so that we can get more superstars on Roman for his championship. And then what did WWE do? What did WWE do? They legitimately have all the star power now on Monday Night Raw with almost nobody to give the Roman here. The big names that I could possibly see for Roman are, I mean, who was going after Roman first from this?
Damn.
I completely forget, but
Braun?
I mean, Sheamus, Jeff.
Jeff, yeah. Jeff's somewhere in there.
Here, I want to look at this roster because, but the way that this championship and the roster is going on for right now with SmackDown, there's only a handful. There's only a handful, maybe I can really see.
I thought you meant like where it started. I didn't know you meant right now.
No, I mean like just with the roster nowadays that we got.
Oh, well.
I feel like Cesaro, Drew, Jeff, Sheamus. Shinsuke really wants a match with Roman, but he's the Intercontinental Champion, so that really can't happen just yet. That's only 4 people. And with Shinsuke added, that's 5, but the other, that's only 4 people. And that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's really bad. And I don't mean to take anything away from guys like Ricochet or guys like Mansoor or Kofi, Jinder, Humberto, or anybody like that. But at the end of the day, they're just not going up against Roman. They're not. I'd like it. I'd like a Ricochet versus Roman. I think an underdog story with Ricochet would be great. But that's not happening.
Oh my God, that would be so fucking cool.
I'd honestly like an underdog story with Ricochet and Roman, but and I hate saying that it's just like, oh yeah, well Roman's obviously gonna win that, but and that's the one thing that everybody hates about this the most, and I know that's what you hate about it too, is that at the end of the day, it's just gonna be, oh yeah, well Roman's obviously gonna win that. No, like we want to build somebody up to take all the power from Roman, and Ricochet would honestly be a really good guy to do it. But if Keith Lee was on this roster, you have him get a couple of wins, you have him push to the stratosphere to get a championship match at SummerSlam against this guy next year in 2022. Keith Lee would be a perfect guy to take out Roman. Or Samoa Joe whenever he came back from his injury, just to say, hey, I'm not a part of your family, but I'm still a part of the Samoan heritage too. Fuck that. I'm going after you. And we have some beef going on before with everything that happened a couple of years ago. Keith Lee and Samoa Joe would have been great guys. But Samoa Joe, I don't even know where he is. And Keith Lee's gone. So with only those 4 other men, you don't have anybody. And this was a Monday Night Raw review. But yeah, we kind of just went on. But yeah, guys, we'll definitely talk about the Roman Reigns situation tomorrow. But yeah, that's it. Do you have anything else to say, Loft, before we get the hell out of here?
I'm happy y'all came in for the stream tonight. I'm sorry I didn't watch this bum ass show. I don't watch it. It makes me angry. But
I won't force anybody here to do it, man. I just do it because it's here.
I mean, as far as NXT goes, I just care about the main event because that's going to be Chef's Kiss, Melo, Gargano, and Pete Dunne. I'm gonna scream in pain if Melo loses, because that either means he's going to get caught up to the roster and get destroyed, and then
Is that for the championship?
Yes.
It is. Okay. Then that might actually be something I have to look at.
I need it to be an hour. I need it to be a full hour. Probably won't be. Probably give it a good 20, but I need it to be a full hour because those three are going to be great. But
I didn't think it was for the championship. I only thought it was just a triple threat. Okay, it's for the championship. I'm definitely watching it then.
If Gargano wins, then he's not leaving the company yet. But if he loses, he's done. And Melo, I can't imagine Pete Dunne winning, but this can go so many. There's so many different ways you can.
Pete Dunne and Gargano's contract ends in December.
Yeah, so if they both lose, like if Melo just wins, then now they're at a weird spot. I mean,
a lot of people forgot about Pete Dunne's contract, but that ends in December, and we all know Johnny's. So if Carmella retains, both of them are most likely done. No pun intended. I'm sorry, Pete, but that's what happens when you, yeah. Gargano, he's already most likely done anyway. And Pete, if none of them sign a contract by tomorrow, you can kiss them goodbye from NXT, and it's not their fault. It really is not. It's just the narrative that NXT is going at right now. But yeah, man, we'll talk about that probably tomorrow too before we get into Roman, because obviously we'll just be witnessing that before we get on the air. So guys, stay tuned for that. We'll talk to you guys then. If you guys miss anything on the channel, make sure to go check it out. Hit that subscribe button. I heard from the chat, and I was on YouTube from my second account, that we actually did hit the 10 likes. So great job, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more as we head on through this week of professional wrestling, and we'll talk to you guys very soon.
Yeah.
Peace.